Hi, friends, and welcome back to 5 Minutes with Faith in Motion. I'm Lori Joy Bell, and in this episode, I want to talk about something that can be very challenging for every Christian: living set apart. Because following Jesus was never meant to look exactly like the world around us. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Following Jesus was never supposed to look exactly like the world around us. But being set apart doesn't mean isolating ourselves either. It doesn't mean acting more spiritual than everyone else. And it doesn't mean looking down on people who believe differently. Being set apart means belonging to God and allowing that belonging to change the way we live, our choices, our priorities, our words, our relationships, even the way we respond when everyone else is responding differently. And that can be difficult because culture is constantly changing. What was considered wrong yesterday might be celebrated tomorrow. And increasingly, we're told that truth is personal. Your truth, my truth, whatever feels right for you. But Jesus prayed in John 17:17, "Your word is truth." As Christians, we don't get to define our truth from popular opinion, from social media, or from even our feelings. We get it from God. And eventually, following scripture will put us at odds with culture. Maybe everyone around you thinks something is acceptable, but scripture says otherwise. Maybe you're expected to laugh at something that you know dishonors God. Maybe speaking openly about Jesus makes people uncomfortable. Maybe standing firm simply makes you the odd one out. And then suddenly there's a choice. Will I blend in or will I stand firm? 1 Peter 1:15 says, "But just as he who called you is holy, so be holy in all you do." Holiness doesn't mean that we live perfect, but it does mean that our lives should be moving in a different direction toward Christ. And that direction is shaped by small, everyday choices, like what we watch, how we speak, what we participate in, what we tolerate, how we treat people, what we do when nobody else is watching. See, those small choices create direction. And sometimes that direction will make us feel out of place. Jesus said in John 15, "If you belong to this world, it would love you as its own." So maybe feeling out of place isn't always a bad thing. You weren't called to fit in everywhere. But there's something else that we need to remember here. Being set apart does not give us permission to be harsh or judgmental. Ephesians 4:15 tells us to speak the truth in love. You see, we need both. Truth without love can become harsh, but love without the truth can become compromise. Jesus never compromised truth to make people comfortable, but he always showed tremendous compassion toward people. And that's the balance that we're called to live. We can disagree and still show dignity. We can stand firmly on scripture without becoming argumentative. You can refuse to compromise without becoming self-righteous. See, you can be bold and kind, Because ultimately, being set apart isn't about showing people how different we are. It's about showing people who made us different. See, Jesus said, "You are the light of the world." And light doesn't have to argue with darkness, it simply shines. So here's your faith in motion challenge for today. Ask yourself, where have I started blending in because standing firm maybe felt uncomfortable? Is culture shaping any area of my thinking more than scripture? And when people see that my life is different, do they see Jesus or just my own opinions? Ask God to help you stand firmly on His truth while loving other people well. Because living set apart isn't about being different just to be different. It's about belonging to Jesus so completely that it changes the way we live. Thanks for joining me for 5 minutes with Faith in Motion. And remember, faith grows when we keep walking with God and loving others. If you like this video or would like to continue the journey with me, please make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we can keep walking our faith together. Until next time, God bless.